Hello sailors! In this episode, we're island hopping the Zadar archipelago. We're visiting the islands Ugljan, Pašman and Pag. Our first stop is Ugljan, the island also called the Olive Island. You're watching Sail Ho Croatia. The island of Ugljan is one of the most picturesque islands in the Zadar archipelago and is located west of the city of Zadar. The coast around Ugljan is very shallow and sandy, so boaters sailing on bigger boats and yachts need to be careful of the depth. It is not uncommon to float a sailboat on a sandy bottom. Kali is a well-known fishing town with two specially charming harbors full of fishing boats and fishermen mending their nets on the piers. Preko is the traffic and administrative center of the island and is right opposite Zadar. With its interesting, typical Dalmatian architecture and numerous grand summer houses belonging to nobility, it provides a true Mediterranean atmosphere. On the nearby islet Galevac, there is a monastery of St. Paul the Hermit from the 15th century. Placed in a big protected cove, Sutomiščica offers safe anchorage to seamen. The town of Ugljan is the largest place on the island. Smaller yachts can dock on the inner side of the breakwall. Larger vessels can anchor on the southeast side of the harbour. The island of Ugljan is famous for its lush and abundant olive groves and is in fact also called the Olive Island. We visited a family who've been cultivating olive trees for generations. Vojko, Ugljan is also called Olive Island. What is it about olives on this island that makes them so specific, unique and so fantastic?
Ja, zovu ga otokom maslina zbog toga što je još za vrijeme stara vremena i Rimljani svi su shvatili da područje Ugljana kudikamo puno više odgovara razvoju masline nego bilo koje druge mjesta.
Almost every household is in some way connected to olive growing, so Ugljan is an ideal place for tasting homemade olive oil. I can see that some of these olive trees are very old. For example, this one, how old is it?
Pa po našem saznanju, predanju od starih, to su već 4-5 generacija, znači tu 400-500 godina.
Wow.
Ali imamo mi u drugom masliniku masline koje su po genetski obrađene i to preko 1000 godina.
Wow! Of course, I had to try this top quality olive oil. And our brilliant and most kind hosts also had me try some other delicacies they produce from the fruit of their garden. The island of Ugljan and the entire Zadar archipelago are proud of their many centuries-old fishing tradition. Beautiful family taverns offer delicious fish and seafood specialties, each made from a secret recipe based on traditional cuisine. We visited one such place in Ugljan, where our lovely hosts utterly surprised us by showing off their entire menu offer right on my plate. They weren't too strict, didn't expect me to eat everything up, but I was happy to have a taste. For appetizer, there was fish pate, marinated and salted anchovies, and some delicious, soft, beautiful homemade bread. Then things got more serious. Squid in red wine with white rice. Next, there was chicken in shrimp sauce with scampi. Just too delicious. Okay, at this point, I'm starting to realize that I may have bitten off more than I can chew, figuratively and literally speaking. Main dishes coming up. A fish platter with grilled tuna, and I love grilled tuna fish. Squid, sea bream, and Adriatic scampi. Traditional Dalmatian dish of pasticada with homemade gnocchi is not a specialty only on the Makarska Riviera, but practically all over Dalmatia, and on the island of Ugljan too. One of the specialties and authentic dishes made according to the traditional recipe of the family that runs this tavern is squid brudet, which is a fish stew with squid and corn polenta on the side. Naturally, there's still some space for dessert. A black pancake with olive oil, covered with black cherry sauce. This is something particularly delicious and refreshing. I absolutely recommend you to try this, because you'll be in heaven. Alternatively, there's also ice cream with pine nuts and olive oil. I know, who could choose one thing over another? The best thing to do now is take some time off and relax at the beach with a cocktail and some great company. Ugljan and Pašman are two islands connected by Zdrelac Bridge. This bridge is also a major danger to incautious boaters, who often neglect the fact of the height of their masts in relation to the height of the bridge. There's another natural phenomenon, which we have to particularly emphasize, and this is a sudden change of sea currents, which, below the bridge, can reach speed of up to 5 knots. The last Benedictine monastery on the Croatian soil is located on the hill above Pašman. In 1059, Beograd Bishop Teodorik built the monastery of St. Kuzma and Damian on the foundations of an early Byzantine fort and early Christian church. The Benedictines built the new monastery at the site of the ruined one. In the 14th century, the Venetians damaged the monastery again, but the Benedictines rebuilt it in Gothic style. Strengthened with powerful walls overseeing the area of Kotar and Vrana, all the way to Dinara and Velebit, in an oasis of peace and meditation, every visitor finds an inspiration. We found a very interesting small shop with lovely delicacies and olive-based products.
Anna, this is the most charming little shop filled with, obviously, such amazing goodness and love that you and your husband produce. Can you tell me about these products?
Thank you, of course. So we produce cosmetics based on olive oil. Like soaps, we have 5 different kinds. So we have rose, mint, lavender, jasmine.
Oh,
this one is beautiful.
It is. Oh, the smell is so potent.
So cinnamon and coffee.
Cinnamon and coffee?
Yeah, it's good for peeling.
And to wake you up in the morning, right?
Of course. Then I have spray for body and hair after sun and after showering.
Oh, I see. Are you going to spray me? Oh, I love this. I must look quite shiny now. Oh, it's very soft.
Yeah, it's made with lemon skin too.
Oh, wow. This is so good.
Isn't it?
The hot sauce Pašmanero, which had found itself in front of a strict international jury, is made up of 28 different sorts of chili grown on the land by Matulić family. There are 3 different strength versions of this sauce. Still, I'm not brave enough to try out the hottest one, so I'll try this one in the middle.
Something for the lady, the mild sauce. What should I try it with? Okay.
So just like this. It would be enough.
This is slightly worrying because this is a very small stick. So, okay. Well, here goes. Oh, come on, the smell is pretty...
This is medium.
This is medium. My eyes are tearing up. Okay. Do you have any cheese or milk?
Yeah, we have cheese.
It's a bit strong, but I feel like my aura is all cleared up and my thoughts are pretty clear as well. This is hot.
The fastest and easiest way to get to Zadar is by plane, made possible thanks to a small but very efficient Zadar airport.
Zadar airport started operating in 1969, and since then we have passed through many stages of our development. In newer history we started operating in 2000. And from 2000 to 2006, the traffic wasn't so good. From 2006 onwards, we started growing, and since then we have grown almost 10 times. So the traffic now for this year will be around 650,000 passengers. Okay, regarding the position of the airport, as you know, the airport is located in the middle of the Adriatic coast. We are the only airport that has 2 runways. Only in Croatia.
The airport is extremely busy in the summer, when a large number of charter and low-cost airlines from all over Europe and further fly visitors to Zadar area.
So for the people who are traveling from all over the world, or somewhere in Europe, they know that they can just travel over to Zadar airport and be on their yacht within an hour or something like that. So that's great news.
Yes, that's great news because, as I mentioned, our location is very nice and very good. So from Zadar, you can travel anywhere.
Fantastic. Smooth sailing all the way, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but Zadar is a center of nautical tourism here in Croatia. So we have many marinas, even the ones who are the biggest are located just in Zadar region. So we have attracted many sailors and people who love nautical tourism here.
The terminal building has all the facilities needed for a pleasant stay and relaxed journey. And of course, there is a duty-free shop. Next to the main building is the VIP terminal designed solely for general and business aviation, providing full comfort and efficient passport and customs control for guests and crew members.
Any new projects coming up?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we have some new projects. So at the end of this year, we will most probably start 2 new projects. So one of them is new part of the apron for the parking of the aircrafts, and the other one is around 1,000 square meters of the new space here for the departure.
We have arrived on the island of Pag, where we visited one of the most interesting ACI marinas in Šimuniai. Immediately upon arrival, we noticed an interesting happening going on, and I could not resist checking out all the stands. Incredible amounts of amazing homemade cakes, Pag cheese, wine, honey, olive oil and souvenirs, and all the lovely, warm-hearted people. Okay, our exploration of the marina will have to wait a bit. We had such a warm welcome with the singers from the Klapa Sol. I decided to try at least one thing at each stand, and judging by the number of them, this will take a while. Traditional dance and music made the whole atmosphere that much more beautiful. It's not easy being in this heat in these thick woolen garments. And this cap, how do they do it? It's time to find out a few things about this marina too.
Dear Marta, welcome to Aci Marina Šimuni.
Thank you so much. I'm loving the atmosphere over here. There's so much going on. I love the cheese and the food is amazing. But I'm so sorry. Do tell me about the marina. I'm getting sidetracked.
Aci Marina Šimuni is in a natural bay on the island of Pag in the middle of the Adriatic.
Right.
And it has 200 seabirds and 50 dry birds and provides all needed facilities, including 15-ton crane.
Guests who anchor their boats in the marina will be able to find everything they need for a comfortable stay. From the top restaurant, shop, sanitary facilities and showers, to the service and a store for boats and boat equipment.
Tell me about the vessels here. How big of a boat can I come in with?
Well, the marina is not too big, but still the maximum vessel length is 20 meters.
Right.
So still quite big enough. But it is very important that it is very peaceful, very familiar atmosphere here. People love it. And still not far away is Zrče beach. Zrče is a popular summer destination.
Right.
Known as the Croatian Ibiza.
No, right. That's fantastic. So do many people stay here and go over there?
Yeah, that's right, because it's only 20 kilometers far away from Aci Marina.
So they party over at Zrče and they come here to rest at a peaceful marina.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
it is
fantastic.
So.
Great plan.
I have to point out that for those guests who anchor their boats in the marina, there's organized transport to the Zrče beach. And so, after a full day of sailing and swimming, they can dock their boat at the marina and a van will transport them to Zrče, where they can party all night long. And when they've had enough, the van is right there to take them back to the marina again. Back in the Roman times, when salt production was the most important source of income on the island, the old town of Pag used to be on a hill above today's town of Pag. Considering that the old town of Pag was placed in an unfavorable position, which did not allow for expansion of the city, and was subject to strong winds, in 1443, construction of a new town began 3 kilometers to the north. Here stands the present-day town of Pag. One of the famous builders who participated in the construction of the new town is Juraj Dalmatinac. While visiting the 700th anniversary of the Benedictine monastery of St. Margarita, we found out about a traditional delicacy, pag Biscotti. Biscotti is a type of hard, sweet toast, and the Benedictine nuns have been producing it following the same recipe for more than 300 years. Pag Biscotti, or as we might say, biscuit from Pag, is characterized by hardness and crispness. It is prepared manually, and the recipe is a strict secret. The main beach, Prosica, is especially beautiful and incredibly attractive. It is a long beach of fine pebbles and sand, shallow sea, and a blue flag, a seal of approval, of course. With a multitude of beach facilities, it is ideal for a family vacation. The Middle Ages were marked by the production and trade of salt, which Pag is known for today. The Republic of Venice used to retain 3/4 of salt for themselves, while salt producers owned 1/4 of the salt produced.
In Middle Age, salt was like white gold because it was the only way to preserve the food, fish and meat. Today we know that the salt is necessary to stabilize blood pressure and nerve system.
Salt was means of measurement for everything, even earnings. Civil servants were paid a certain amount of salt. Given that it was not practical to carry large quantities of salt with them, the judges received the printed receipts, assignate. This is where the first paper money was introduced to this region in 1778.
It is also interesting that we have about 250 grams of salt in our body.
250 grams of salt?
Yes. And we have all minerals that there are in the seawater.
In the sea?
In the sea. It is more than 60 minerals, including gold and silver.
Wow.
We have gold in our body.
The Rector's Palace is located on the main square, and on its ground floor is a gallery of Pag lace. Lace making is a centuries-old tradition in Pag and dates back to the 15th century. It is believed that its root originates from the ancient Greek city of Mykonos. In the past, there was no templates or drawings for making very complex patterns, but the way of making them was passed on from generation to generation. Young city girls at the age of 8 went to school at the Benedictine monastery of St. Margarita, where their main subject was sewing lace. Pag lace is sewed. It requires a needle, not a hook. After graduating, they continued perfecting their craft their whole life, because there are many combinations and patterns. It is impossible to copy or replicate the same motif of Pag lace. Upon their wedding, young women would bring their own lace they produced as their dowry.
If you had one piece of lace, you could go to the shop and change it for food, for clothes.
So this was a means of looking after themselves and producing basically their livelihood, because this was a way of payment, is that right?
Yes.
Certainly, the most famous product of the island of Pag is the widely known Pag cheese, winning over people's taste buds as well as gold medals and awards all over the world.
Paški sir je specifičan iz razloga toga što je pasmina ovce koja je kroz povijest pokušavana križanjem postignuti neke svoje gabarite veće i mliječnost veću, pa se nije napravilo rezultate, već smo ostali na tipičnoj našoj paškoj ovci. To je mala ovca, težine 45 kg, maksimalno. U jednoj laktaciji ona može dati cirka 150 litara mlijeka, to je negdje 20 kg sira paškog. A što je tu specifično u tom paškom siru? Specifična je vegetacija.
Pag Island is specific for very scant grass resources. The grass is very salty because of the sea salt carried all over the island by Bura wind. Sheep that graze at this grass and aromatic herbs such as immortelle, sage and rock rose give specific kind of milk.
Marta, evo, probaj 3 naša proizvoda. Ovo prvo je paški sir, ovo drugo je opet jedan specifikum. Kravlji sir, ali star, više od 12 mjeseci. Ovo je jedini naš proizvod, kravlji sir sa dodacima. To je crni istarski tartuf. Izvoli, probaj. Malo je duža priča, ali on ima u sebi mnogo aromatičnih bilja sa kojima je ovaj krš, ovaj siromašan otok je u stvari bogat. Bogat je sa tim biljem koga ovca pretoči kroz mlijeko u sir. I mislim da je to najbolji proizvod. Ukus su različiti i o njima ne treba pričati, ali treba probati.
Words cannot describe how good this tastes. This cheese is so delicious.
The islands of Pašman, Pag and Ugljan offer an abundance of all you could ever need for a relaxing and an invigorating time in the most stunning settings. For all the best ideas for fun in the Adriatic sun, join us again in the next episode of Sail Ho Croatia.